Hi you guys, we're back again and I am going to jump straight into it. This is a marble hacks video. I'm going to show you guys some inexpensive ways to get some chic marble items. So if you're interested in seeing how I did these 3 simple hacks, then keep on watching. I'm going to jump straight into it and show you guys how to do some marble coasters. So I got these coasters from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to actually take my scissors and a piece of marble contact paper that I did not cut correctly, but you know, who needs straight paper? So we're going to use that to make the marble coasters. It's so easy. So of course I unwrap the coaster and I'm going to place the marble contact paper on top. You guys, you don't understand how easy this is for this sheet design. So place the contact paper on top and you're going to peel off the back. Now if you're using any type of contact paper, it should already be tacky and it shouldn't require you to glue anything down. So I'm just going to press it, and I know it kind of looks uneven, but you can trim all the excess off that you need from the coaster and then press the sides down. So I'm going to trim off the part that I had that wasn't even, because I had just sliced off a piece for the purpose of the video, and I'm just pressing the edges down to make it neat for me to use in my house. And you guys, I've made these about a week ago and I use them every day. They are so stinking adorable. Look at that on my coffee table. I absolutely love them. So the next thing we're going to do is a marble picture frame. With this marble picture frame, I'm actually doing it and putting a letter in the middle. So the first thing I want to do is spray paint the what is this picture frame rose gold, just because I really like rose gold and that's the spray paint I had at home. So yeah, we're going to spray paint it rose gold, and then I'm going to actually take the cardboard that is inside of the picture frame. I undid it and took out the little silver hooks. I think that's supposed to keep the frame standing up, and this frame is from the Dollar Tree as well, so these are dollar hacks. You want to place the marble contact paper on top, and I didn't have my X-Acto knife, so I just used the edge of my scissors and kind of carved out where how much contact paper I actually needed to use for this DIY. So I'm just going to carve that out on the side, and it's going to give me just a pretty basic sketch of what I need. Now, the good thing about these DIYs, if you are like me and are left-handed and cannot cut straight lines, these lines don't need to be straight because most of it is tucked in something. So I'm going to take the marble contact paper and peel off the tacky side of it. And once I can get it off, because I was having some difficulty once I would cut, like peeling the contact paper back, because I had almost cut it too exact. So, and I'll learn my lesson in the next one to not cut it so exact. So I'm actually going to take that contact paper and peel it off, and I'm going to put it right on top of the cardboard that came inside the picture frame. So I was just trying to adjust it just to make sure I liked where it was sitting at. And once again, I did not cut it straight. I did not cut this straight, so I was trying to lay it as flat as I could. But then I realized, you know, it's going to be inside of a picture frame, so it didn't need to be that straight anyway. Yeah, so I'm just going to fold down the sides, fold down the edges, because once I get it inside of the frame, then you're not going to be able to actually see the part that I messed up. And I was trying to be extra. I was like, oh gosh, well, what if this little part is hanging out? So I cut a little edge off and stuck it on there. So next thing you do is going to actually stick a letter on there. I wanted to make this so I can put it somewhere in my living room. So I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and kind of measuring where I think the middle is. And I'm going to peel off the letter M, which is my last name. And I'm going to just stick the letter in the middle. And I got these letters from Hobby Lobby, guys. I think they were on sale like $1.49. So this was like a very spur of the moment. Like, oh my gosh, I think this might turn out cute. And it actually really did turn out really cute. So you're just going to take that after you line it up and you're just going to stick the letter in the middle. So now you have a piece of cardboard with a letter. And now I'm just going to put the glass and tuck everything in the picture frame. And that's about it for this one. Just make sure everything is tucked in nice and neat. And look, look how darling that is. So you guys saw at the beginning how it looks. I'll show you again at the end result of it. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm actually going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to do a smaller picture frame, and I'm going to do it without the letter on it, and it'll be like a 3-piece set. See, simple and easy. So the last thing, and probably the hardest for me, was the marble vanity. So I ended up just spraying the back of it rose gold, just because I was like, I don't know if I turn it over, I don't want it to just be wood. So I just did that. That's not a requirement to do this one. So I got some little bumpers. I actually got them from Office Depot, and that's just to stick under the bottom. And of course, the hooks for the vanity tray and E6000 glue. So I'm going to take the little bumpers and I'm going to put them in 4 corners of this plaque type thing. This is a wood plaque that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was the cheapest thing I can find, but I can tell you now, the next time I do this, I will not use this wood because the edges were so hard to lay down. So I'm going to take those little bumpers just so it won't scratch the surface of anything I have, and I'm going to stick those in each of the 4 corners. Yeah, I'm just trying to press them down and make sure they're good. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to begin to place the contact paper on top. Now this one is a bit more tricky, just because with the contact paper, it's not that it has to be straight, but it does have to be extremely flat. And I was looking for like almost like a straight edge, just to kind of smooth out some of the edges, because this particular piece of wood has ridges on it, and the contact paper just I was using a book, was not laying as flat as I wanted it to. So I have it on there, and I'm just kind of taking my fingers and lightly pressing, because it was 2 rows. If you can see me pressing, I was pressing across the top row just to make sure the paper was really stuck across the top row before I moved. And I wanted it to be really, 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 really smooth. I didn't want it to have any bumps or any ridges. So now I'm just going to cut off the excess contact paper that I had left, just to make it a little easier for me to work with, because I was really getting frustrated with this one. So I cut off the edges of it, and I continued to do so until I was satisfied and felt like I could actually work with what I had. I cut off quite a bit until I got to the edges, and I just turned it back over and kind of continued to do the same thing. Press the corners down and make sure none of my corners had like bubbles or ridges or anything like that. So I continued to do that, and this is the final result. Now I am not completely satisfied with it. I do think it looks good, but I really felt like I could have done a little better with the edges. I don't know if you can see it, but one of them has bubbles. So I'm going to take these 2 drawer pulls, and all I did was put E6000 under the bottom of them and line them to the best of my ability to make them look more like a vanity. So this whole thing was maybe $12 to complete, and this is the final result of the vanity. The vanity came out gorgeous. So I'm really satisfied with how everything turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching.